A pleasant day everyone and good day Sir Blase. I am Andrew Alde and today I'm going to present my research journal report entitled Water Quality and Sanitation in Panglao Island, Philippines. For the introduction, the main goal of this research was to uncover the problems with water quality and sanitation in Panglao Island. It focuses the specific areas we're looking at the connection between contaminated water, sanitation practices, and how the island's geology plays a role. Water quality concerns. Groundwater contamination. It dives into the biggest problem. Groundwater, which is the main source of water for many residents, is contaminated. The study found fecal coliform and high chloride levels, which is way above safe limits. This means salt water is getting into the groundwater, and there's a risk of sewage contamination. This is a serious health issue. Next, pipe water issues. Pipe water issues talks about pipe water system. Unfortunately, it's not chlorinated and has high salinity, making it undrinkable. People are forced to rely on private wells, bottled water, or delivered water, which isn't always reliable or safe. For the presentation of data, geographic and demographic profiles. As shown, the population distribution across different areas of Panglao Island. The data have population, area, density, households, and people per household. This helps understand how people are spread out and how that might impact water and sanitation issues. Let's proceed in contour maps and sampling test locations. Figure number 1 shows a map of Panglao Island with the locations of the wells where the samples collected. The colors on the map indicate the average chloride levels. This gives a visual representation of how chloride contamination is spread across the island. Figure number 2 presents a map of the island with the locations where E. coli contamination tested. This helps to understand where the risk of bacterial contamination is highest. The maps are crucial for this. They make it easy to see the patterns of contamination and help us to understand the scope of the problem. Water quality parameter test. The table summarizes the different water quality parameter tests, the methods used, and the organizations that help with the analysis. Table 3 presents the results of the water quality test for each well. It includes data on turbidity, chloride, calcium hardness, magnesium hardness, nitrate, and sulfate levels. This provides a detailed look at the water quality data collected. When it comes to the connection in public health, it emphasizes the serious health risks associated with the water quality and sanitation problems identified. It highlights the potential for waterborne diseases and the lack of proper sanitation facilities. Sanitation issues. Lack of centralized system. This points out that there is no centralized sewage system on the island. This lack of infrastructure makes it difficult to manage waste properly, which contributes to sanitation problems. Dominant sanitation facility. The most people rely on poor pit latrines for sanitation. While this is a common, it's not always the safest option and can lead to contamination. Septic tanks. The septic tanks are not widely used because they're expensive. This highlights the limited options for sanitation and the potential for inadequate waste management. Water supply adequacy versus waterborne diseases. It presents a table showing the relationship between water supply adequacy and the occurrence of waterborne diseases. It compares the number of cases where water supply was insufficient, average, or sufficient to the corresponding number of waterborne disease cases. This helps to understand if there's a link between water supply and health issues. Household water source. The table summarizing the main sources of water used by households on the island. It tells how many people rely on pipe water, not own pipe water, and open wells. Household without access to sanitary toilets. It presents a table showing the number of households without access to proper sanitation facilities in different areas of the island. It tells us how many households don't have access to toilets and the percentage of households without access. This highlights the lack of proper sanitation infrastructure. Now, let's proceed to geology's influence. The Maribojoc Limestone Formation, which underlies the island, is a porous rock type that readily absorbs water. This porosity can lead to groundwater contamination, as pollutants can easily seep through the limestone and contaminate the water supply. Additionally, the limestone's susceptibility to erosion can contribute to water quality issues, as erosion can release sediments and other contaminants into the water source. Limestone permeability. The limestone bedrock is very porous, allowing rainwater to easily seep through it. This means that rainwater can carry contaminants into the groundwater, leading to contamination. The rapid infiltration of rainwater affects groundwater availability. It makes it harder to have clean and reliable groundwater sources. Saltwater intrusion. The island's proximity to the ocean and the permeable limestone allow saltwater to seep into the groundwater. This leads to high chloride levels in wells, making the water undrinkable. And for the conclusion, Panglao Island's water quality and sanitation issues are deeply rooted in the island's geology, particularly the highly permeable limestone formation. This geological feature allows of groundwater sources through saltwater intrusion and surface runoff. This lack of a centralized sewage system and the reliance on less than ideal sanitation facilities like for plat pit latrines further exacerbate the problem. These factors contribute to elevate levels of waterborne diseases in a compromised public health environment. Addressing these challenges requires a multi-phased approach, including improving water supply through connections to the mainline system and exploring desalination techniques, as well as implementing a centralized sewage system and promoting proper sanitation practices within the community. Only through a comprehensive and collaborative effort can Panglao Island achieve a healthier and a more sustainable future for its residents. For the recommendations, connecting Panglao Island to the mainland water system could provide a more reliable and potentially higher quality water source. However, this would require significant infrastructure development. Desalination techniques, such as reverse osmosis, could be explored to address saltwater intrusion. These methods can be expensive and energy intensive. A centralized sewage system with proper treatment facilities would significantly improve sanitation and reduce waterborne disease risk. By efficiently collecting and treating wastewater, these systems can prevent contamination of water sources and reduce the spread of diseases like typhoid, cholera, and dysentery. Promoting proper sanitation practices within the community is also crucial. Educating residents about the importance of hand washing, safe food handling, and proper waste disposal can help to break the chain of disease transmission and maintain a healthier environment. The LGUs, as a matter of policy, should continue to aim for 100% sanitation coverage with individual pipe water and toilet for each household. Connection to Bohol water utilities and corporations is a long-term policy option for Panglao municipality. The advantage is that it is safe and the quality is assured although the cost is higher. Household connection will eliminate the disadvantages that lack of quality water brings with it for women's trips to fetch water are shortened if not eliminated. Hygiene practices regularized, no public exposure when bathing, and many more. Panglao Municipality may keep its old water supply network so that its prevent supply, which has quality issues, can still be used for the non-crucial domestic water needs of the household. So these are the references. That would be all, and I hope you learned something. Thank you.